Hey guys, it's Jake, back with another review. Today we're talking about the MVP Reactor. Probably my most used mid-range at this point. I'm going to overlay a bunch of footage that I took while I'm talking about it, because there are a lot of different shots that I use it for, so I try to give a little variety so you can see kind of how it flies. And as for context, these shots were done around there's like a big tree that I kind of use as a distance guide. It's about 300 feet for the drives, and I think it was like 250 feet or so for the upshots. And I would normally throw a mid-range probably 3 to 330 feet. So that's sort of what we're looking at. So the MVP Reactor, speed 5, glide 5. I'd say it's maybe a little glidier than that, but 5 is probably, what you see on 99% of discs. The turn, it says it's a negative 0.5, and it'll get there as you beat them in. Out of the box, it's definitely a 0. You're not turning it over. And then the fade is a 1.5, which I'd say is closer to a 2 when they're fresh. And I don't know that I beat any of mine in yet enough to get them down to a 1.5, but I can see them getting there. So essentially, this disc flies almost identically to a Z-line buzz, if you've ever thrown one of those. Both the feel and the flight are very, very similar. So it's just a really great disc for throwing those super straight, slightly overstable lines. If you want to go straight and then just fade nicely at the end, you really won't find a better disc. The matrix flies similar. I should say the electron matrix flies a very similar flight when they're fresh, but they beat in so fast. Whereas this will hold the stability for a long, long time. I use them for driving off the tee if I have a low ceiling and I can't throw my NVs. I'll use them for certain approach shots if I want a little bit more speed. I'm much better at flicking one of these than I am at a putter or an approach disc. So they're really nice for forehands. They're really nice for spike hyzers and things like that. I feel I can get a really good grip and really rip on them. Yeah, there's a lot of shots. If you throw them on an ante, they're going to flex pretty hard and come out. I don't think any of the ones that I have really hold that line. I mean, if I really rip into one, I suppose. But what I would normally be throwing these guys on an ante, I don't think it'll hold it the whole way. It'll flex out and come back to flat probably. So yeah, those are sort of some of the shots I use it for. I have it in the neutron plastic. I have the cosmic neutron plastic, as well as one of the Eclipse 2.0 prototype reactors. The flight is pretty much identical for all of them. I mean, they're all in the 170s for weights, I think, so I don't have anything really light. But they all seem to fly pretty similar. The only noticeable difference would be with the Eclipse 2.0 plastic in the feel. The feel is a little bit gummier and a little bit grippier, sort of like fission, I think, because of the way the glow material sort of leaves little texture a little bit. It tends to make it feel a little different, and I really like the feel of that, so that's a definite plus. I mean, aside from the fact that it glows like crazy. So yeah, that's really nice. And yeah, it's just a good, dependable, straight mid-range, which is, I think everybody should have one in their bag. I think it's a no-brainer if you're throwing MVP plastics. I don't think there's another mid-range in the existing or discontinued lineup that is as nice as this. the closest thing is a matrix, and that's got a little bit more of an S-curve to it. So yeah, this is just such a dead straight, nice disc. So yeah, I highly recommend if you're looking at picking something up for that slot, I would start from here. And yeah, if you have any other comments or questions about the reactor, feel free to drop a comment. Otherwise, be sure to subscribe, because I am going to have more reviews coming out. I'd like to do another video talking about the different plastic types that MVP has in more detail, just because that's sometimes a question for a lot of people. As well as I want to do some non-disc reviews of some equipment that I have. So yeah, if you're interested in any of that stuff, be sure to subscribe. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.